Here with head coach Kamie Ethridge. Coach, you all are coming off a week where you competed hard against a pair of top 25 teams in Arizona and Arizona State. You guys are going to head back on the road now against a couple of games in Los Angeles against USC and UCLA. How's your team and how's your staff getting prepared for these games in LA this week?
Yeah, well, I'm really encouraged and in a lot of ways happy with our effort and how we competed against Arizona and Arizona State, especially Arizona State. I think we took a step on just trying to get more than 40 minutes and consistently just really gave great effort, defended them. Arizona State, a tough team, really well. And put ourselves in a position to potentially win that game. So really encouraged. I feel like the last couple of weeks we've taken some strides, and like I said, again, the commitment to being tougher on the court, mentally and physically, and sustaining our intensity and effort. And now I think the next step in that is execution. Can we execute against the vastly different teams in this league and people that bring and have a ton of weapons? And at that point, can you execute well enough to get more points than them at the end of the game? So I feel good about that. I feel good like that's our next step. And now we get a chance to go on the road again with a hot team with USC, who just won a big game against UCLA, and a great team in UCLA who will probably be full force again this weekend.
You mentioned this a little bit already, but 8 of your 9 losses have come against ranked teams this season. You guys are playing extremely hard. Do you think you saw some improvement and some steps forward against Arizona this week in some games that you guys felt like you should have won? How hungry is this team to get a win against the ranked team? As many opponents that you guys see, and you have plenty more coming up, just how hungry is this team to break through and get a win against the ranked team?
Well, I don't really think, we look at it and go, we've got to beat a ranked team. It's just we need to compete and we need to be good every night. And the reality now that we're in league is, anybody can beat anybody, and rivalry games show that. And there's enough talent in this league that you can get beat easy, and there's enough talent in our gym that we can rise up and beat a lot of teams. So we're going to get our chances again. We have a lot to play for. We're playing better than we have in the past. We're improving in some areas that make us more competitive against the best teams maybe in the country. And again, it's still a 40-minute game, and we haven't quite figured that out yet, how to really maintain that intensity that it takes. But this is a great opportunity for us to get back in the gym and work on it and continue to improve. And like I said, I love the spirit of this team. I love the competitiveness of it. And, we want to win on Friday. And we want to give our best effort on Friday. And then we'll see what happens on Sunday. We'll refocus, and we want to win on Sunday. So we're going to give our best effort on game night.
One of the areas that you guys are improving is your bench play. Jovana Suzic has been very strong, dependable off the bench for you all season. But more recently, last couple of weeks, you've had players like Joanna Muze step up, Sherilyn Molina, Grace Sarver play big minutes on Sunday against Arizona State. How key is it for you guys in your development and the program's development to have those type of players really step up, get into a groove, and be contributors?
Yeah, I feel really good about our bench, and I felt really good in how we subbed in the first half, in particular against Arizona State. I thought we kept great intensity by doing that. I shortened the bench a little bit in the second half, and that's I regret that. We had a shorter bench. We didn't have Joe, who I think is just playing better and better and gives us a weapon on both ends of the floor right now. And we'll have her back in the game and in our lineup, and that gives us another great Pac-12 body and length and again weapon. But I am very committed going forward to make sure that we keep unbelievable intensity on the court at all times, and that means not playing people too many minutes, together. And I think that is going to breed more excitement from our bench, and I think they'll produce when we do it that way.
You guys are going back onto the road. You guys won back-to-back road games, looking to win 3 straight for the first time since the 2013-2014 season when you guys opened on Friday at USC. What's it been about just being on the road, and what have your staff been able to do to kind of keep the team up and have some success on the road?
I don't know that. I mean, some of it is just we're growing up a little bit. I feel like we really focus well on the road. I think being at home sometimes leads to some distractions. This past weekend, it couldn't have been more distracting with the Klay Thompson and all the events we recruited, things like that. So you get on the road and it's just you and you have your routine. You get a lot of rest. You probably sleep more. You just focus on the game. So, and this team is they're pretty disciplined and they like structure. And so I think as long as we go on the road with that kind of business approach and really get ourselves focused and ready, and it leads to a pretty good performance. Now, that has a lot to do with the teams that you're playing as well. So we know we're going to face unbelievable competition at USC and then UCLA. So it's gonna require everything we have, and we need to be our best that night.
What are you guys expecting from the Trojans and the Bruins? They just played each other one game last week. USC took that, so you're going to have playing a team in USC that's coming off one of their best wins this season. Conversely, you're going to be playing against a UCLA team that's going to be really hungry to get back on the winning side. So what have you seen from them on film, and what are you guys expecting for them down in LA?
Well, I've just really looked a lot at USC right now, and they're just a typical Pac-12 team that has athletes and playmakers. They have big bodies inside that can score and punish you. And again, I think the thing that is so impressive with both these teams is and a lot of the teams that we face, is they have really great playmakers. They have people that can break you down off the dribble. They have, shooters that can stretch the floor. And again, most teams in this league have a great balance with a back-to-basket post player. So it's everything that we're trying to grow. We're still not great in a couple of those areas. We got to get better with our back-to-back basket post play, which I think is getting better. But we just know we have to be really sound defensively, and I thought we were against Arizona State. I thought we did some good things against Arizona. So put yourself in position to win games by just really guarding and rebounding and doing the work phases of the game. And again, we've got to grow and execute well on the offensive end, no matter what kind of athletes we're facing or what kind of pressure or zone or whatever it is the other team is putting to us. So, that's the beauty of the game. You've just got to play different styles, and you got to succeed and be able to execute against different styles.
Klay Thompson came by the locker room after Friday's game and talked to your team. Was there taking photos with the girls. How big is that for him and to come down and just talk to you all and be able to give himself 5-10 minutes with your program in that locker room? How special of a moment was that for your girls and your team?
Well, I just have so much respect for the whole weekend and got a good picture of Klay Thompson from just how he is and who he is, and you see him on the sideline and you see the Splash Brothers and you see his success, but hearing him communicate to our team and overall about his experience at Washington State, seeing him react and actively participate with everybody, Coug, this weekend, including our players, his coming by and wanting to be there for our game. He got in late. He was planning on coming, I think, to our practice, but he made a point to come to our game. He made a point to speak to our team, and it just speaks to his pride in this program. And I think anyone that's ever gone to school here, I've never really met anyone that didn't just love it and speak so highly of it. So what a great representative of and representation of Washington State University, Cougar athletics, and I was just blown away by the entire weekend. And from the highlight of him getting his jersey retired to the reception of the community and the men's basketball team that just had 2 great wins, to all the people that wanted to support Klay and were there for him for that moment. It was really special. And women's basketball, Bobby got to get the ball from Klay. It was great to be a part of that and to have a little bit of an interaction with him and again share Coug pride with another someone that's really had built a legacy, left a legacy for this institution and this program.